Come on, you Spurs. I feel like I haven't sat down in front of a camera and done a video for ages. Obviously, if you're brand new to this channel, welcome. This is going to be the start of a series of ongoing videos known as debates. It's debates, but Smiv debates. Yeah. Last night I was absolutely devastated because my man, Maurizio Pochettino, was sacked from Tottenham. The powers above decided that it was a better route for this club to get rid of the man that changed the ethos at Tottenham Hotspur. Over the years, well, I mean, you've heard Fergie's classic line of, lads, it's Tottenham. It was always an easy 3 points. So much so that I'm surprised that we actually stayed in the Premier League. I've been supporting this club since a very early age. I'm getting old now. I've seen a lot. And during my time as a Spurs fan, the majority of it feels like we were mid-table, battling with the likes of West Ham, and that's not to put West Ham down, it's just that's where we were at. I'll tell you what happened. We employed a guy called Mourinho way back when. I feel like that's when things started to turn. We turned our 9th, 10th, 11th places in the Premier League to 7th, 6th, 5th, and suddenly we're battling with the guys around the corner, the Gooners. And it was such an amazing time. Obviously we wasn't winning things, but we were making strides. And then Mourinho was sacked. Am I right in thinking he was sacked during a game? I remember watching a game, I feel like it was a European night. I might be wrong, but I feel like it was confirmed that Mourinho was sacked before that final whistle. I feel like he knew, and that was his last time. And I was gutted, because I love Mourinho, and Mourinho loves me. It was a chant, and he was a great guy. Following that, we brought in One Day Ramos, who, it just didn't work out, did it? He was awful, league-wise. But he did win us a trophy, which is like, okay, so he's done this, but how did we feel as a club? It wasn't great. And this is my issue with what's happened overnight. Harry Redknapp came in and, you know, took this club a lot further. He got us that Champions League football, and ever since then, really, we've been in and amongst it. And with the appointment of Maurizio Pochettino, we have now become, not a false, but an established Champions League club. And whilst there's other clubs around us, chopping and changing managers, having massive takeovers, spending millions and billions of pounds, I was really proud of this, and there's a big divide at Tottenham about whether Daniel Levy is the right man. I think he is. He's a great businessman. He's built some fantastic foundations, and I'm sure I'll get a few comments saying, hang on, no, Levy and his group are billionaires as well. But they're not spending the money in the same way that some of these oil tycoons are. It's been done very strategically, and I'm really proud at how we took the slow and steady route. And with Maurizio Pochettino, we've become an established top 4 side, an established Champions League side. And now, because of Levy, we have an amazing new stadium. And as amazing as it is, I would still take White Hart Lane back in a heartbeat with Mopo. I did prefer the old school ground, but I get it. From a revenue point of view, the deal with the NFL, and just as an attractive asset as a whole, bringing new players to the club, it looks good. So we are ready as a club to push on. Now let's be real, Maurizio Pochettino's form in a calendar year has been pretty poor. League-wise as well. I think that's relegation form, basically, this season and the end of last season. And it was all masked by this run in the Champions League. A lot of people saying, oh, Maurizio Pochettino's been sacked, they've got rid of him after he took them to the Champions League final. Well, A, we didn't win it, and B, it was masked because the form in the league dipped. We nearly didn't get back into the Champions League this year. We were lucky. We were lucky that Arsenal were flopping all over the place. We kind of stumbled over that line because no one else was taking it. So we're lucky to be in the Champions League this season with that respect. My issue with Tottenham sacking Pochettino is they've stood by him through a time where, as I say, he's established us as a top 4 side, a Champions League side. And the team that he's had over that time, sure, players have come and gone, but the backbone, the spine, the main lot, they've been there for so long. The team hasn't changed too much. It's well documented that we've done all this on a shoestring because money was being put into the stadium. And that in itself is an amazing achievement. And yeah, fine, we'll stick that one in the trophy cabinet. But now we've got the issue with, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Players may be falling out. A lot of the main names are running down their contracts. So there's going to be a bit of an exodus, a mass exodus. You don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. There's lots of rumours, of course, but for a long period of time, I felt like Maurizio was the dad and that team were his boys. And he was a very proud man and he loved the club and all was good. This season something changed. The players have got some part to play in this. It's not just Maurizio Pochettino. I feel like the players have let him down, especially after he's had their back for so long. Pochettino changed Spurs massively. And as I say, giving credit to the likes of Mourinho and Harry Redknapp along the way, he took what they pushed us to and established us. He made us tough. Teams would look at us and go, oh, Spurs coming up. it's going to be a tough game, rather than, oh, Spurs are coming up, easy 3 points. And it's that change that I'm just so proud of. Now that we've got those foundations, thanks to those managers, more recently Maurizio Pochettino, I feel like Levy switched it. He's spent all this money on a stadium. He's given a little bit of investment to players like Lo Celso and Ndombele, Sessegnon as well. And it's annoying because those players are only just coming in now. And I think they're going to be a massive, massive difference to the team. But Maurizio didn't really get to use them properly. Lo Celso came back from injuries, only recently played properly. Sessegnon too. The only player that's really had a good run in the team is Ndombele, who was shaky on his debut against Newcastle, but is going to be an amazing player. He's definitely going to be one of the best midfielders in the world. And if we can keep on to players like that, the future would be good. But it's how you manage them. Now we've brought in a manager in Jose Mourinho. Now, years and years ago, when he first came on the scene and did his thing and was repeatedly doing his thing, if you'd have said to me, would you like Jose Mourinho at Tottenham? I would have chewed your hand off, because what he does is he brings trophies. And I feel like in the world of Twitter and banter down the pub, if you can shut up rival fans by saying, well, what have you won then? Then you're already in good stead. Jose Mourinho of old was ruthless, but got the job done. The more recent Jose Mourinho, I feel like we've seen him crack a few times, but he was still winning trophies. He'd done it with Man United, a subpar Man United in comparison to Fergie teams down the years. He won them trophies. So is it exciting that Mourinho's here? Yes, but off the back of someone I genuinely loved. I love Mopo. Will I ever love Mourinho the same way? Even if he's more successful in a trophy aspect? Probably not, because you know that he's not going to stick around 2 years, 3 years maximum. I could probably find a few quotes when he was Chelsea manager where he's mugged off Spurs a few times and other clubs likewise. He's not what Pochettino was about. He was not about building an ethos. Jose Mourinho is literally just here to make a name for himself and continue to do so. Now, if he wants to come in and win us some trophies, fair play, that's cool, but I don't feel like there's going to be that love. And it's mad because given his record, if he does win these trophies, he would go down as one of the more successful managers. Because what else have we won? You know, a couple of League Cups, an Audi Cup, don't forget the Peace Cup. Don't forget the Peace Cup. So my general opinion is absolutely gutted, a little bit excited by the prospect of potentially winning trophies. Although Spurs are the butt of jokes over the years, bottling this, bottling that, trophyless. Could you imagine that during Jose Mourinho's time at Spurs is the only club where he's not won anything? It could happen. Because we're Spurs at the end of the day. Am I upset as a season ticket? Not that I've been going this season much. Dad's been taking that ticket. Nice one, Dad. Am I gutted that potentially we'll be giving up our attractive, exciting football in a point in Mourinho, who will probably play 5 at the back, grind out results, 1-0s, 2-1s? Does that excite me? No. Does it excite me that we might win a trophy in doing so? Yes and no. And this is the debate. As a football fan, taking Tottenham out of the equation now, as a football fan, is it more important to win trophies, or is it important that you enjoy your time as a fan of that club? You go there and you witness some amazing football being played. I'm kind of on that one. The trophies are a bonus. If you can do both, like a Man City for example, who play attractive football, win trophies, like a Liverpool, who play attractive football, win trophies, that's got to be the goal. But with Spurs, we've been playing attractive football with nothing to show for it. Potentially now it's going to be completely spun on its head and we may play very boring football, but we might win a League Cup or an FA Cup or something. I don't think we're going to win the league anytime soon. We're too far behind the likes of Liverpool and Man City. But with Mourinho at the helm, is he able to bring in those players? And that then comes down to the relationship between Daniel Levy and Mourinho. Is Levy going to give Mourinho the budget to go and get the players that he wants? Because if he does, great, but I'll be so pissed off, because why couldn't he give that to Pochettino? Why couldn't he have given that to the guy that loved the club? Let him do his thing. Take them out of this blip. He'd done so many good things as a Spurs manager. A bit of a blip in form. Yeah, it was quite a long time, but he should have been given the right resources to rectify that. As I said, the team was very much the same for a long time. It's a real shame that Levy didn't look at Pochettino and say, he needs some funds. This is a team that's quite stale now. Remember the Bale money, where we had suddenly load of new faces, the likes of Eriksen, who's stuck around, Lamella, who's still there, plays a good part. Paulinho, he was terrible for us, but then was suddenly rated again. I think he went to Barcelona. He was with us for 2 years, played 45 games, scored 6 goals. I mean, he was all right when he was good. As this Brazilian coming into the Premier League, you was excited and it just didn't pay off. And yeah, then he went to a place called Guangzhou Evergrande, who are a professional Chinese football club. Nice one, Wikipedia. But from there he ended up at Barcelona, played 34 times and scored 9 goals. He was playing with the likes of Messi, some of the best players in the world. They rated him. And then he went back on loan to Guangzhou Evergrande. He's back there now. That's where he's at. So Pochettino, we remember you. What Levy needed to do was give those funds, that Bale sort of money, that 100 million, 150 million, to let Poch go and build his team. It's getting stale. Let's have a little bit of a change. Let's get rid of the players like, as much as I like him, I don't like him at the same time. Danny Rose, constantly just mouthing off about this and that. Ericsson, get rid of him. World-class player, doesn't want to be there. Move on. Let's get someone else in. There are a few players like that. As I say, if Levy now gives that sort of money to Mourinho, why couldn't he have just given it to Pochettino, the man that loved the club, the man that steered us to where we are now, the man that could have just pushed us even further? It's annoying, but one thing I do know is Mourinho won't come in and stand for the way that Poch was treated. He will demand the budget. He'll need that. He'll want to put his own stamp on this club, and I think he could, and that is what is exciting. We could become quite successful. The damaging part is it will only be temporary. So what do? Do you stand by the man that loves you? Stand by the man that built you, give them the funds to push us to that next level, and after 7 or 8 years, you've got this solid foundation where we're a global brand, where players all over the world want to come to you. Poch is one of the best managers in the world and everyone wants to play for him. And you would have an era of football where you essentially could dominate. You look at the likes of Man United over that time with Fergie. Whereas now in football, you've got little stints of, you know, maybe 1 or 2 years of a team winning a couple of trophies, and then they leave, and then they have to regroup, and then while they're regrouping, another team comes up and does all that. I'd love to dominate. Spurs dominating would be amazing. Not that I've ever seen it, and maybe never will. But the way they could have done that is continued that slow and steady thing. Ignore what people say about, oh, you haven't won anything. Like, let us keep building. We'll go from 4th to 3rd to 2nd to 1st, and we'll do it repeatedly. But now, it's all gone. We have to start again, but we've got a world-class stadium. Great, fantastic. So they are my thoughts. Am I excited? I would say I'm like 75-25 at the moment. I'm still very much gutted that Mauricio Pochettino is not the Tottenham manager anymore. Am I happy that Mourinho's come in with his record? Yes, but he needs to earn that respect, and whether he gets that or not, I don't know, because I love seeing Tottenham play attractive football, win, lose or draw. I'm used to saying, oh, but we played well though. Am I ready to say, yeah, we've won a League Cup, first trophy in God knows how long. But God, that was boring. Am I ready for that? I don't know. Spurs fans, comments below, let me know. In fact, any fan, let me know what you think. Also, let me know if you want to see more debatey sort of videos. I'm going to try and get some people involved as well. And we'll be discussing all sorts of topics, all things football. I'll also have a few update videos on the channel about myself personally, how I'm coping with what I've been going through. You may or may not know that I'm struggling. I'm currently doing counselling because there's been a lot of changes in my life, and there's a lot going on up here. I'll also be updating you on adjustments as well, because there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and that has obviously had an impact on me producing videos on a regular basis. So yeah, I'll try and have those videos out soon, but until then, if you could do a massive favour for me, I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. So if you could drop a like on the video, but more importantly, hit that subscribe button and click the bell to let you know when a new video is out. But that's my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below, and as usual, I will see you in the next one.